What up? What up? Welcome to Trading Unfiltered. Welcome back, sellers.
What's up, man?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, brother.
Been a minute. Had a holiday weekend. Today was first day back. Yes. I don't even know what day of the week it is. How'd you do today?
Man, I into green, but it could have been better. As I mean, I always say that, but it there's a few opportunities where I should have taken profits a little sooner, but it's all right.
Yeah, same. We had similar trades today. We game planned a little bit this morning, chopped it up.
Yeah.
We had some nice ones on. Like I had a Bed Bath and Beyond that worked out nicely. We hit go to. We were up pretty nice. I got real greedy, didn't cover anything, break even. Bwen, BWEN. Yeah, you lucky dog. Anyway, BWEN. That one hurts my soul. I posted it. I literally covered at the top because I put a stop in and walked away. I'm not a cell phone sniper like you. I got to get better at that. But with that being said, today's episode, it's all about you, the cell phone sniper, how he does it from his cell phones. I'm excited about it. I have a lot of questions about it because today, for example, BWEN, I should be up real nicely right now in that position. Instead, because I set my stop and left and don't, trade from my phone the way I probably should, I am regretting my decisions today. So, cell phone sniper, he's going to show us some team viewer stuff, how he trades effectively from the phone. And I have a ton of questions, so let's just jump into this thing. First of all, you've had a ton of people. Like you put the thing on Twitter about TeamViewer and how it's changed your mobile trading, and you had a lot of people hit you up. So I know a lot of people have questions about this. I have questions about it, so I want to hear about it.
Yeah, man. Well, first off, shout out to Day Trading Zoo on Twitter. He kind of told me about it the other day. I made a post about wanting to get a new laptop. I've got my new PC here and all that I trade off of. But I want a good laptop for when I'm mobile. But he made that suggestion just so I wouldn't have to load everything back up and whatnot create all the new files, whatever I had to do. He mentioned TeamViewer, so I dug into it and come to find out,
game changer.
Yeah, man, it works great for a cell phone. Like I know when we made our TI video, I was talking about how I trade off the phone a lot, so Trade Ideas, it just doesn't work great for a phone. And
right.
Man, I think that is what I'm most impressed about with this TeamViewer, is the being able to see Trade Ideas so clearly on it, like Trade Ideas software.
Yeah, especially you with two phones.
Yeah, I carry two phones with me, like pretty much.
And you said, I think you said TeamViewer with Trade Ideas. Because we talked about this last week. You can set up those audio clips, alerts, right? You can set up a audio alert. Those come through your phone through TeamViewer, right?
Yeah, man. Like, so today I was trading off my phone like all day. I mean, I say all day. I was taking trades at the open because, like I've mentioned before, the trading's not all that I do. Like, I do a lot of odd jobs. Like, I'm always doing something, and I can't always be at the desk. So I mean that's just what I have to do, and it's the way that it's worked for me. And the whole cell phone trading thing, man. Like I see it all the time. It's people, it's like taboo. You know,
Taboo.
I saw somebody posting on Twitter. They were like, one of their New Year's resolutions was going to be like, in all caps, never trade from the phone and all this stuff. I was like, I mean, that's my thing, man. I love trading from the phone, and like if you can optimize it, then why not?
No, I need to get better at it because I know I've told you the ticker 17 times today because I'm still a little upset about it. But I set my stops and oftentimes run.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine sitting at my desk 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. I put in a lot of hours into this. We all do. We both do. But
no doubt.
I don't want to sit here all day, every day. I just wouldn't want to do that. Anyway, I set my stops and run, but I do need to get better at like maybe managing trades, setting price alerts, hearing things. Again, I would have removed that stop if I were watching it because it was slightly below my entry. But anyway, yeah, I don't care if it's taboo or not. Like if you can get good trading from a cell phone, there's major advantages to that. Even if it's just from a perspective of managing a open position, like go and live your life and manage a position that you already have open.
Yeah, man. I mean that's something I do like a lot of times. I mean, I don't know, man. Fridays, I don't have anything else to do. Fridays, I'm guilty of. I mean, there's been days where I've sat in here uh, for like 12 hours. Like I'll be up at like
Oh yeah.
4 a.m. and I'm not leaving until into after hours. I'm not leaving, and I'll have sat here and traded. Like last Friday, I mean I traded like 9 tickers, and I sat here and traded, played some games, like, and I'm not like a big video game player, but I've kind of gotten into it, just because I'll be sitting here so long on Fridays.
Side note, the reason we all have multi monitors isn't for charts. It's for games.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I spread them out on the 3 monitors and then just, make them like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know I'm kind of getting a little carried away with that, but I was gonna say, I've always, since I've gotten, in the past 4 years or whatever, heavy into trading, I found the things I liked on the phone and roll with it. I like for charting on the phone, in my opinion, the best one is Webull, and I know that a lot of people don't like them, but I don't really care because I mean, like this is Bed Bath and Beyond from today. I mean, this is current. This is live. I mean, that's
Webull, right?
That's Webull, and that's super clean, man.
I was gonna say, to me, it's clean.
And like, it's got you can pull it like this too. I mean, you can flip that little tab down right there and see fundamentals. I mean, it's quick. Like, pop that up, whatever. It's, to me, for a phone.
I mean, I think it's whatever works. I know you and I have talked about this a lot. For me, I think maybe I'm in the minority, or maybe just most people on Twitter don't say this, but I use Thinkorswim for like 95% of my charting. I think most people use Trading View. Isn't that what it's called? Trader View, Trading View, whatever it is.
Well, I have Trading View too. I pay for the like the yearly subscription on it, and I've got like this little algo thing that I'll run on it, but I'm just not crazy about the like on the computer. I like it like in a desktop version.
Yeah, that's what I used to have, and I used them for a couple months, but I just kept going back to Thinkorswim just because that's what I was comfortable with. Plus the custom coding, I just was from, whatever works. So if Webull works for you, then run it.
But not, I mean, on a computer though, I'm rarely ever pulling up Webull. Like, I'm usually just looking at. I mean, I've gotten so used to looking at dash charts that that's what I like now. But and some of the like gap stats and things like that I've gotten. I have them on the Thinkorswim charts. So I got all that stuff pulled up.
Yeah.
I look at all
So,
of it.
Team Viewer, right?
Yeah.
Everything you've just said about your desktop, you use TradingView, you use Thinkorswim, you use Gap Stats, you use DAS, you literally use everything, regardless of what you're using, right? Trade ideas.
Mm-hmm.
You can literally use and look at any of what you just mentioned on your computer, but now on your phone through TradingView.
Yeah, man, and that's what's like such a game changer about it, because hitting paras and stuff like that, it would usually be like the little small group of guys I was in, just posting that if a para hit our scans that a lot of the same guys use, it would I'd go look at it if I wasn't at home. I'd see it on Discord or something. But now, and I just found this out today, I didn't realize that the sound from your PC will come through your phone all day long, whether it's locked or not. I'm walking around.
It's crazy.
I keep my phone, like if I'm working, I'll have like a work shirt on or something, what if I'm doing like welding type work or just whatever I'm doing that day. I'll usually have like a shirt with pockets. I'll have one of my phones, usually this one, in the front pocket like this. And I'm walking around and I'm hearing like para 20 and stuff just coming out of the phone. I'm like, oh shoot, let me go look. Oh, something's going parabolic. And it was cool. The
and one question. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean.
Oh no,
there's so many questions.
Oh no, I know, man, and I get kind of carried away talking about one thing, but I will say the way that it looks on your PC is the exact way that it looks on your phone. It's sick. You can zoom in on it and everything. Like, this is my current Trade Ideas scanner that I have up on my right hand monitor, and this is it on my phone. Like,
and you can literally zoom in, you can move it, everything.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the reflection from it, I'm sure, probably.
Yep.
But yeah, like it's exactly the way that it looks on the computer. You can zoom in, you could change it, any configuration, whatever, dude. Like it's all there.
First, it's free, right? TeamViewer is free.
Yeah, it's free, man. It is free.
Crazy.
The version that I'm running is called what is it called? Well, it just says free license and a non-commercial use license.
Okay.
And I will say that getting it set up at first was a little tricky. And I mean, nothing's just perfect all the time, like DAS Mobile would crash for me sometimes. I mean, I love DAS, but there'd be days when it would mess up and it'd be working on my PC.
Right.
But I haven't decided if I like DAS on here more or DAS Mobile, but I do feel like the executions are a little better on this.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask you too. So, right, you're using TeamViewer.
Mm-hmm.
You had a screenshot for DOS, right? Or your
this is what it looks like.
Yeah, let me see that one, because this is what I have a question about.
So, like, this is my left-hand monitor where I keep 3 charts. These I'll usually have I usually keep them on 1 or 2 minute. I've got 2 time and sales, and then for each chart, and then a montage. So it looks like this.
Which it looks super clean. So one thing I would point out too, right? Like, you got vertical monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Phones, obviously vertical. So it works perfect.
Right, exactly.
Which is awesome, because I got my ultra wide, but I could just turn the phone. But I have 2 vertical monitors, so that's perfect. But one question I have for you: so if you're trying to execute that DOS picture you showed, right? Let's
Yes.
say you want to cover a position, and on your montage, you want to, hit buy to cover. So you literally, because on a computer, you got to use your mouse, move the mouse, click, whatever. But on your phone, right there, you can literally touch it like it's touch screen, and it executes it as if it were a mouse.
Yes.
Absolutely crazy.
Yes. You just like that little that little cursor right there. I guess that's what it. Yeah.
So where you touch is where it goes to.
Yeah, man. Like I said, this is just a screenshot, but I would drag it over to wherever. And that's another thing about it is you when you zoom in with TeamViewer, wherever the cursor's at on the screen is where it's going. That's where it's going to zoom to. It's not just going to zoom the whole thing. Like wherever you move the cursor to, that's where it's going to focus the zoom point. So
that's nice.
Yeah. Like so, whereas you can't, I'm sure you probably can't really read anything.
Right.
Here. If I was to say like I wanted to, I don't know, just like look at this time and sales up close. I mean, you can zoom in like that, and it would be, it's pretty clear, And you could,
and I just feel like the capabilities for that because, I'm looking at I use FlashSec, I use Trade Ideas, DOS, Thinkorswim, etc. I got all these different things pulled up all across the screens, and going through all that on your phone, like from one app to the next, from one website to the next, is obviously not easy. But if you got it all pulled up on your PC, already pulled up and loaded, and then you pull up TeamViewer, it's already loaded on your phone through TeamViewer for you, right?
Yep, exactly. And I've even got another
it's crazy.
Another DAS layout that I'm working on that's going to be just for when I want to switch to TeamViewer.
Because on DOS you can set up a whole new tab, right? So you're setting up a tab just for mobile kind of thing, TeamViewer.
It's going to be like a, you save your layout or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's going to be like an entire layout, and I'm going to have it to where it's just one monitor is DAS, one monitor is all Trade Ideas, and then one monitor is all charting software that I might want to look at. Just since I can't use, I like the gap stats, and I can't get it to pull up on my Thinkorswim mobile. So,
right.
I can't tell you how many times I've messaged somebody and been like, "Hey, can you send me a screenshot of the gap stats on XYZ ticker because I'm not at the house right now and I really want to hit this." And so it's, man, this is just I haven't ever heard anybody else talk about this, and I
haven't either. I have not even heard the words TeamViewer ever mentioned, and maybe some people are going to watch this and be like, "Y'all are morons," but whatever. I didn't know it existed. No clue. Sounds awesome because I love the fact that you can just like set up your desktop, whatever it is, load all your stuff, and then literally just like leave and pull up TeamViewer and like boom, it's all right there.
Yeah,
and it's preloaded, and it like, yeah. I think personally, for me, because how, like, look, I'm not a guy that thinks trading from mobile is taboo. I'm just a guy that sucks from trading mobile. Like, that's just me. I know I've told you before, like, if I'm not at my desk, I'm not trading.
Yeah.
For better or worse. And obviously there's room for improvement for me there, but I've never enjoyed trading from my phone. I feel like it's clumsy. It's, getting your position sizing and keying in your sizing and executing. I've just, lack of hotkeys. But, with DOS, you can put your hotkeys. I have a Stream Deck, but you can put your hotkeys on the montage too. So like to be able to do that, I don't know, dude, like this might be something that gets me trading mobile a lot more because I was never one that could come to terms with trading well or effectively from a phone, minus maybe some swings that I was involved in. But, day trading, I just didn't do it. It's like, if I'm not at my desk, I didn't trade. But, I'm getting TeamViewer.
I'm way too addicted. And
I mean, I might be getting addicted here real soon too. I mean, I just love the fact that you can preload your software, whatever it is. Because on my computer, I got FlashSec running, Thinkorswim running, DOS running, Trade Ideas running. I think that's it. I always have those programs up or in the background or whatever.
Oh, that's something else I'll show you is so you can see it better on the page where I had the trade ideas pulled up.
Yeah.
So you would, if you want to type on there, and it's got a bunch of different options, but if you're wanting to type, I don't know if you can see, but there's like a little keyboard thing.
Yeah, I see it.
This, like the picture of the multiple monitors.
Yep.
You hit that, and it flips to your next monitor. So it's not like you're all zoomed out on one.
On all, okay, so you can look at your individual monitor. Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna I gotta get TeamViewer. It's free. I know you said it was kind of tough to set up, but even if it's tough to set up, or I don't want to say tough, it takes a while to set up. Like, man, the amount of time savings and value to get out of that on the back end makes it well worth it.
Yeah, I mean, and as long as you just set your computer to where it never turns off, set it to where it never goes to sleep or whatever, which I mean, I know that's like not great to do, but I'll just change it in the evenings or turn it off manually.
Right.
I mean, my computer has been running since 5 o'clock this morning. And
yeah,
I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I do that most of the days anyway when I'm here. So whatever. I just don't even let a screensaver come up just if I'm going to be gone, because it will log you out every now and then on the TeamViewer thing. But you might have to try like 1 or 2 times. And like I said, I'm still troubleshooting it and figuring it out. I'm not like some computer genius. I say it's difficult to set up. It's not that difficult. You just
you got to get it calibrated and oriented, but to do that is maybe a little bit of an investment. But I really think, especially for somebody like myself who doesn't trade mobile, not because I don't want to, but just because I don't feel like I'm good at it, that could be something for me that could really, dude, if I could upload my hotkeys to the DOS montage and have that on my phone, like, yeah, that would be phenomenal. Because I got hotkeys for position sizing, entries, exits, SSR, all the stuff. And that's part of the reason I hate trading from my phone on the mobile apps, is because like position sizing and all that is just real clunky and time consuming, and I just hate it, and I just didn't do it. But now TeamViewer is gonna have this weekend. I'm getting TeamViewer. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I mean, and there's some things about it that you might find a little bit, like you might say clunky or whatever. It's if you had the hotkeys, it would be way quicker. The only like drawback really that would still be there would be the fact that you've got to click on the ticker symbol box in the montage, and then click on the little keypad thing and backspace it, and then it's
but one thing I'm thinking in my head, because I'm already kind of thinking ahead, I have like a Surface, right? Like a Microsoft Surface, which is a laptop but you can also use it as a laptop or as a tablet, right? But to put TeamViewer on that could be a game changer.
Well, yeah, that's what Day Trading Zoo was saying. He was like, I mean, you could just get a tablet or whatever.
Right.
If you're going out of town, leave your computer running, and load TeamViewer on your tablet or whatever, and it would be the same thing. I was like, wow, that's.
Yeah, so I could definitely see myself doing that from like a Surface Pro for sure, because then that would be, give you a lot more real estate than this. Even so, phone what opens up a lot of possibilities. And for somebody like me who has been pretty anti-phone trading, again, not because I think it's taboo. I think in an ideal world, if I could make a bunch of money from my phone while doing whatever I want, that would be phenomenal. But yeah, for me, that's going to be a game changer. I mean, I still love my setup, and we both love our setups, but to be able to do it a little more mobile at times would be a huge added benefit. So
It's all the time for me.
yeah,
I do it all the time. Like, be at the grocery store, you know.
I'm definitely gonna get it. And shout out, like you said, you already shout him out, but day trading's I love that guy. He adds like he's so selfless. He's nice guy. He puts out stuff for free all the time. Doesn't bother nobody. Doesn't like he's just a good dude. He ain't selling
Yeah.
no bullshit. He's just a good dude, and people hate on him. I don't know why, but F those guys. He's a good dude. Like
Oh yeah,
he's
I like him.
he's willing to help anybody. I don't know. I like the guy.
I do
But
too,
yeah,
man.
shout
He's
out
a
to him for that because
cool guy.
I didn't know about TeamViewer. I don't think I have any other questions that I can think of.
Well, I'll just say, you know, anybody that wants to know anything else about trading on a phone, like I do it all the time. So just holler at me about it, and I'll show you anything. It's, you know, don't worry about what anybody says about it. If you work full time, you can trade, like I promise, and this just makes it that much easier. I see people saying like, I work full time, I can't trade. Yeah, you can.
Oh, we've talked about this before. Like before I did this full time, I had a job, and I would hide away in my office on a laptop for like an hour a day, and squeak in some trading time. I made it work.
Oh, dude, I mean, I'm telling you, I have been like, when I used to work construction out of town all the time, I'd be, 100 feet up in a man lift with both of my phones, like getting pipe put into whatever we were working on a power plant or a paper mill, and I'd have one phone in the front pocket of my work shirt, and I'd be watching price action, and I'd have another phone, and I was like, okay, whenever I'm ready to execute, like I'm executing on that one, and I might be like making a weld or whatever, and I'll flip my hood up and make sure I'm not getting screwed, and then put it back down. I did that forever. Like that was how I did it.
Whatever works.
I mean, if I can do it like that, then anybody can do it. I'm not saying that's like the best way, because I mean, there's been a lot of times where I've messed up like that, but you learn how to manage your risk and know your setups. I mean, I don't understand why you can't do it like that.
Well, you listen to some people out there on social media. They trade from a laptop at the top of a mountain, right? So
Yeah,
you can't trade from a phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, let me leave that alone. But anyway, TeamViewer, it is just TeamViewer. I just pulled it up, teamviewer.com, free download. I'm sitting here looking at it now. Yeah, I'm getting it. And it pretty much blows my mind that even from your phone, you can just use your finger as like I don't know. Definitely going to check it out.
The coolest part to me was when I was just walking around today and I'm hearing my alerts, my TI alerts going off through my phone, and I didn't even have it open. Like I think
that might be a big. I don't want to say it's the biggest.
To me, it's the biggest.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. To me, it's the biggest piece, 110%, because DAS has a mobile app and it works fine.
Right.
It's just, I mean, obviously the desktop version is much better. And so that's really just going to be like a preference thing for anybody that decides to use this. But if anybody that's ever tried to pull up TI on a phone knows,
it's brutal.
It doesn't work. I mean, it just doesn't work. And I've emailed them about it. I've told them they should. I mean, I've been saying stuff to them for like the past year, and they're just like, "Oh yeah, we're not planning on making an app anytime soon." I'm like, okay. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, and I'm no disrespect to them because they obviously really good at what they do, but I'm assuming their software is pretty intensive. So it could be really difficult to create a mobile app for that when you talk about creating custom scans and custom alerts and all the information that's packed into that desktop application. But yeah, to be able to use that with TeamViewer it's
a game changer, man. It is. I mean, it'll change anybody that that does trade off the phone, this will change your trading game. Like, I mean,
especially with the audio alerts. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, I can't tell you how long I've been looking for something like this, and I guess it was right under my nose. I just didn't know how to resource it, correctly.
Yeah, so I guess I would take this opportunity to say the same things we always say, right? If there's questions, comments, concerns, hit us up either in the comments on YouTube, Facebook, whatever, Twitter. What do you think? We'll put teamviewer.com in the description, but obviously pretty self-explanatory. teamviewer.com.
We have no affiliation with them.
Yeah, like they're a Microsoft company. I'm pretty sure they're not going to give us any sort of contractual agreement. They are doing pretty well for themselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely going to check them out. Anything else you want to add about TeamViewer before we kind of move on, wrap up, etc.?
Just that like I said, I'm still playing with it. I've only been using it. I used it for a little while on Friday, like when I went to pick my son up from school, just to manage a position, and so that way I didn't feel like I had to rush home. And then today I used it all day. So I guess if anybody else has been using it and has any suggestions for us on it, let us know.
It's a good point. Because I'm gonna get it.
And if you have any suggestions on anything you think might be better, we're all ears.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how you improve on that, because it sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah, dude, me too. I mean, it's
like I've never been interested in mobile trading, but I'm gonna get this set up this weekend. And you know me, like I like to get in my positions early. I like to set my ranges, and I like to walk, afternoon time, so I can do other stuff, right? I got kids, I got a lot of stuff going on, and you and I've talked about this before. I'm not saying anything's wrong with this, but I personally could never work at a prop firm because I couldn't sit in front of the screen for 9 hours a day, 5 days a week. Some days I do that because I want to, but if I want to get up and leave, I want to be able to get up and leave. So if I can manage positions, yeah. So man, I don't know. I'm sold.
Yeah, I don't know.
You already know what I'm gonna say about all that.
I probably could work at a prop firm, but they would. Man, there's no way that I'd be doing good because I would be over trading, because I do love to trade.
Yeah, I love it. And but I think I also love the fact that I can just come and go when I please too, right? Like I took a lot of time off in December, which was needed for a lot of reasons. But if I'm, how it is. You working somewhere, you can't just take off a month because you want to or need to. It's not really something you can do.
Man, so. And with me, like everybody knows if you follow me on Twitter, everybody knows I trade like every day. So if it's like a day or two goes by and I haven't been posting charts, I'll have people DMing me being like, bro, is everything okay? Like, did you blow up? And I'm like, oh man, I just took like a day off, it's usually good for me when I take a little bit of time off. And I've kind of gotten that from you, because for a while there, I took no time off ever. You know how it was.
No, I'm a big proponent of like just balancing all things. I do think there is a definite time when you have to put in a ton of hours into this, because if you don't, you're going to get burned. You'll never make it. We know all that, right? Like you got to put the time in. But I'm also a big proponent of balance, like especially for us. We got kids, we got wives. You can't, and I've talked about this before, I can't lock myself in this room for 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. And there's been times that's happened, times when I've done that. But it's, I think too much of any one thing is bad, and it can really offset other areas that for us especially are more important, right? Like,
oh yeah.
And that's part of the reason I took off so much time in December. I had a lot of stuff going on with the family, and that came first, and I was able to walk away, fortunately, and didn't have to worry about my boss, whatever. I've been there, done that. So it's nice not to have that over my shoulder. But I don't think I have any questions off top, because I've been reserving my questions for this video. That's why I haven't hit you up a lot about TeamViewer, because I was like, I want to ask a lot of questions during this. So I can't think of any other questions that I have off top. However, like you said, questions, suggestions, comments, whatever, hit us up. Comments, Twitter, etc. And I think that about wraps it for Team Viewer, right?
Yep, that's all I got on that.
All right. Well, I'm gonna keep up with this whole theme of, you know, good old classic books. So let me jump into that. So, as you've heard me say numerous times, I like to read. We've talked about a few different books now, trading, untrading related materials. I'm going back to trading on this one. And I think this is kind of fitting because we are, for lack of a better word, we're titled retail traders, right? We aren't working at a prop firm. We get to do what we want with our own money, when we want, how we want. We can lose it all. We can double it, triple it, blow it up, whatever. But this particular book is literally, and this is why I like it, because it's just about retail traders. It's not about guys working at prop firms. And respect to those guys. Some of the best traders on the planet work at prop firms. A lot of guys on Twitter we see and put out really good content work at prop firms. So no disrespect to those guys, obviously, because they're amazing traders. Many of them are amazing traders. But it's always cool to read stuff from, because most books are from prop guys, institutional funds, hedge, whatever, right?
Yeah.
This particular book is about retail traders, and I think that's why I love it so much. And I've mentioned before, I like to read or gather insight from other successful traders for my own selfish interests, so I can maybe get better based on what others are doing. But anyway, this thing here, many of you have probably heard of it, seen it, read it, whatever. Unknown Market Wizards, Schwager, everyone knows who he is. He walks through this book, but this book is broken into many different, short stories about retail traders. One of the craziest ones in here is, and it's actually right here on the back. There was a guy, and I'm assuming this is all legit, being that Jack Schwager is not one to just put out a bunch of BS. A lot of books by this guy, and people love this dude. But one trader in this book turned 2,500 into 50 million. Insane. And there's one guy in here. Many of you probably would know who Chris Camillo is. He's on Twitter. He's in this book, but he's widely known because his trading style is unlike anything. He doesn't do fundamental or technical analysis, really, at all. Completely different style. But great book. It's a book about us, right? Like retail traders.
Yeah.
Maybe one day you'll be in there. You'll be in the new you.
No, man, it'd be you.
You'll be the new unknown Market Wizards, because there is already a new Market Wizards, but maybe you'll be the new unknown Market Wizards, and you'll have a little excerpt on the back about, trading mobile and making 200% in a year. But anyway, good book. I always like books, hearing about other successful people in our craft. And this is, and you and I were talking about this before the show, but this book is newer. What do we say, 2020?
Yeah, I think that's when it
published. Yeah, relatively new. But a lot of what's in this book, it's funny because it is highly relatable to some of the stuff we see on Twitter, as far as a couple of these guys and their strategy. It's pretty wild. But anyway, good read. It's like 300 pages, so it's not the fastest read, but it's broken up into like a dozen different people. So no one excerpt is incredibly long. You could break it up into pieces. But anyway, good book. And I think it ties into what we've been talking about, because we do things in a unique way. Anybody who's successful with retail trading, I would say, is probably doing things in a unique way, because most of us lose a lot more than we win.
Yeah. Despite
what Twitter would make you believe. No one loses on Twitter or loses badly. However, BWEN, let me mention that for the 18th time. I didn't lose on it, but that was that stings. In case you forgot. you forget that I traded that today badly? If I told you that yet?
Man, I hate it for you.
I know it is what it is. If I would have had TeamViewer on my phone, I could have managed the position. That is reason number 1,850 to get TeamViewer because, damn,
I know
it is what it is.
I did set an order on Bed Bath and Beyond, but I had limit orders short, and they filled, and I didn't realize they filled, and then next thing you know, I was like, oh damn! I go back, oh look, I'm getting ripped on. So then I'm marketing out from the phone.
I think I could do damage with TeamViewer because I've told you before, Thinkorswim with the alerts, and then I think it could be a game changer. At least to manage positions, if nothing else, to manage current positions, like BWEN for the 27th mention. Yeah,
you're gonna like it, man. You're gonna.
I think so. I'm definitely getting it this weekend. All right, man. Well, again, if y'all have questions about TeamViewer, I'm gonna reference you guys to the man over here because I don't even have it yet. But he does. He uses it. It sounds awesome. So if you have questions, comments, either comment below, YouTube, Facebook, or hit him up on Twitter because he's the man when it comes to TeamViewer. I know you've already had a lot of people hit you up. So hopefully this helped answer some basic questions. We talked about trying to display this, but it's tough to display our computer screens via TeamViewer when we're using to share one window is one thing, but to share your whole, it's tough to share TeamViewer.
It'll have I don't know, I'm just talking to whoever, but it'll have your voice coming out of my phone while I'm showing it, and it's like an echo. And
yeah,
not to mention that, this is something that is, this allows access to everything on your computer. And so for me to screen share, it's got like it generates a password every time. It's got an ID number. I don't really want to put that on the computer.
Yeah. We're just throwing that out there so y'all know that's part of the reason we weren't able to screen share a lot. But basically, whatever you have on your computer, whether you have 6 monitors, 2, 1, whatever, you can literally put that on a mobile device, be it a phone, a laptop, a tablet, and the ability that lets you switch monitors on. Dude, yeah, I'm getting it. So hopefully this helped answer some basic questions. But yeah, if there are additional questions, hit the man up because he knows. So, all right, big fella. Well, that was fun. You answered all my questions, so I appreciate it. And I guess until next time, Trading Unfiltered. Peace.
Peace.
All right, fella.
See you, man.